I just let the music play for a minute so everybody can
Yep.
hear what you got,
Yep.
and then we get into it.
Sound good.
You know I know you love me, darling, but let's begin. No love, you don't wanna play no games. You take my heart, you break my heart, and then you break away. I had to leave you where I met you at that party, babe. Cause maybe every day's the same, and I can't take this pain. So, can I get the feeling here?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. So we.
all right, man. So we about to get started. So
You all ready?
what's up, everybody? This is another exciting edition of Indie Spotlight. I'm your host, AD, and tonight we'll be featuring an artist whose music is built on realness, truth, and real life experience. Our guest has been gaining attention with his powerful single Honest, a record that speaks the importance of transparency, self awareness, and staying true to yourself. I want y'all to please help me welcome Indica Trells. How you doing
What
today,
up,
man?
man? How we doing, man? I can't complain, man. Like I said, I'm out here working right now in Vermont, just trying to find my way with a musical journey. You know what I mean?
Hey, so how'd you get out there to Vermont, man?
Well, my homie, I had a show in New York the day after the Knicks won at the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah.
I was performing and I was on a float, and my boy was like, "Yo, you should come out to Vermont and perform at one of my spots." And next thing I know, I'm on the train to Vermont, man, just following my dream, man.
So how does it feel like for you to be doing the things that you're doing out here in the game? You know, trying to make your name known for yourself.
Man, it feels cool, man. At the end of the day, I still got a lot more work to be done, so I'm not gonna act like I even made it anywhere because that would be way too cocky. But I'm actually following my dream and, just singing and trying to share my passion and share my life, through my music with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that in itself is a positive journey, the people I see, the places I see, and, the people I change and help with my music, you know what I mean? So
So, so if people don't know who you are, let's talk about you a little bit and where you from, what got you into the music game and all that. Who was your influences?
okay, so I'm originally from Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? But I was in foster care, so like I really found myself when I moved to Maine when I hit my early teen years, you know what I'm saying? And I still didn't even pursue my music career right away. I just probably started pursuing my music career probably like going on 7 years now, because I've been rocking with Williams Media Group for almost about a year now. So I'm gonna say 7 years I've been pursuing a music career, and I don't know. I've been singing since I was 5, you know what I'm saying? So doing talent shows, my mom is kind of the reason I'm an artist, because, in the 90s, that's when R&B and, that's
Sure.
when music was music, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Right.
kid being, you know what I'm saying? I'm a kid being raised up in the 90s. So, my mom
Yeah.
was like, what we gonna do? You got the talent, we gonna use it, you know what I'm saying? So I remember her, my first talent show, she threw me out there to the wolves, you know what I'm saying? In a tuxedo with a cane. I think I was probably like 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I won. You know what I'm saying? So that started the journey of me being a performer. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of didn't even realize I was a performer. I just thought this is what people do. You know what I'm saying? You like music, you sing it loudly. That's what I thought people did. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
just found out after that I had a talent. You know what I'm saying? I just like to sing, man. That was it. And my inspirations, I'd have to say Kanye West and Kid Cudi, man. Always, I'm always say them too, just because Kanye West changed my perspective on music and Kid Cudi changed my perspective on life, man. I wouldn't be nothing without them two. You know what I mean? So I ain't even gonna try to cap and act like that was the case. You know what I mean?
So I know you've been with William Media Group, like you said, for a year.
Yeah,
Good,
word.
good people and all. So how did you get linked up with them?
Man, to be honest, man, Nate's just a real one, bro. You know what I'm saying? I met him through his brother, and circumstances led to another. We rocked hard together, and it's been a brotherhood ever since, man. And he's helped me through obstacles and journeys that I couldn't you know what I mean, I couldn't even do by myself, let alone, you know what I mean, in the music world, you know what I'm saying? So he's helped me in the music world and also just be a better man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Definitely a big brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to Nate.
Shout out to Nate,
Nate.
man, for real,
Uh,
for real.
yeah, because I've met her for probably a couple of months now, and been
Right.
looking out. I've been a good dude, good mentor, and all that.
For
So
real, for real.
I like to shout out people that actually take the time to look out for indie artists and not trying to pull a fast one, pull wool
Exactly,
over their head,
exactly.
because there's a lot of them out here that's doing that. But like I like that how he moves with the artists and everything. So like we're gonna shout Nate out again,
For
and
sure. Shout out Nate and William Media Group, man. Everybody that's working with him, man. It ain't only Nate, man. There's a couple of people back scenes that definitely do a lot, man. Shout out Williams Media Group for sure, man. For sure.
what? So we're gonna talk about like what genres shaped your sound.
All right, so for sure we're gonna definitely go R&B, but a lot of people don't notice indie music. Like you know how we got indie artists. So back like in the early 2000s, you just had like indie music, and it wasn't really pop or rock. It was just like I don't. It was just alternative music. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite bands was The Fray. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know who they was, but they had a run in the 2000s, a good one.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just music that people called it depression music back then, and now what do
Right.
what do they call it now? Crying on the beat? What is it? Crying?
Yeah.
What do you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't. I
So
don't know. I don't. After getting into the music and all that now, even doing these reviews and stuff, I hear a lot of good music. Some of it I'd be like, damn, like where some of these people been at?
right,
Because I tell a lot of artists all the time, I listen to Sirius XM, I listen to and I hear the same stuff in rotation. I don't feel like in my opinion, after having a station and all that pushing music, that it should be that you have an hour of just indie artists
right,
because there's a lot of good indie music out there
right,
that's not heard. And
right,
I like to, shout out 103.7 for doing the Monday mixes that we can hear these artists and showcase their gifts, and so everybody can network and
right.
get out there on either podcasting or even just get your music heard because I've been really impressed even by I think I've been doing push the music for a minute, but I'm just really been impressed by what I hear from a lot of indie artists, and I feel like these mainstream platforms need to start recognizing the indie artists more because it's cool to hear every song from Drake, Kendrick, all the time, but it's like other artists out there that's
Yeah,
doing
for
stuff
real,
that need to be
definitely.
heard.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. Like like local radio stations that's big, they play the same rotation every day. How bad would it be for them to just throw in some local artists and then they make it real hard for you to even be a local artist to get your music up there. You got to do this, and I just feel like just give us an opportunity. We'll show you what we got. You know what I'm saying?
So with you being an indie artist, what has been the I would say the good and the bad from being an indie artist that you can share with other indie artists that want to get out here in the game?
I really don't have anything bad because I'm not trying to stir anybody away from following their dream. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say I don't have anything bad for you. There's just obstacles and lessons I take. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. So like one of the lessons I got from it is make sure wherever you get your beats, man, wherever you buy your beats, man, make sure you own them and you got the right thing behind them and you got paperwork because if you get a song and you got a beat and it be fire, you want to make sure you own that, man, because next thing you know, you could go buy one of them beats you think you buying and it's really leasing and you get past a certain amount and now you don't own nothing. Now what you just did don't mean nothing because you didn't do it right. So what I tell everybody, bro, if you go and look up some beats, I know YouTube is easy, I know it's convenient, but just do your research on the beat because you could be making a fire song and it don't even belong to you.
Yeah, I like that because a lot of artists out here they put out this music, and you like, man, and I like to tell artists like the same thing because you never know if you're covering songs that just because nobody hears it now, let's
Right,
say a year later and you blow up
right.
and say a key a let's just say a Christopher Williams, a Johnny Gill, New Edition, Prince Michael management comes out and says, "Hey, I heard that sample. Now
I need that.
you're doing something now. Now I need that bread." And you
Right,
trying to figure out how you can go to the litigation part, but you owe them their money. So
right.
glad that you said that because I know a lot of artists need to hear that because it's and I tell a lot of them that you can make good music and but please buy the beats. Like
Yeah, because
don't just
you
lease them.
you go to BeatStars and people be thinking like you lease a beat and you go buy it, man. You gotta read that fine print because not only will somebody come after you if something's in it and you owe them money, say if you make a song and the song hit and you didn't fully buy the beat. Now whoever made that beat, they get most of that money because
Right.
you didn't follow the protocols of what you was about to do. So you can't prove that that's your song. Who cares that your words is up there? You gotta legally know what you're doing when you get into this music industry.
So I guess what I would also ask is like, could you help these indie artists that's trying to that's getting in the game, not like the rules of pushing music, reading contracts and stuff. Because a lot of artists, it sounds good when they're trying to get in the game, and sometimes they don't read what they're supposed to be reading, then they get themselves in a bad situation. So just wanted you to like shed some light and help some of these newcomers out here.
Yeah, for sure, man. You got to make sure you read everything because even if make sure you get a lawyer if it got to do with any deal. I don't care if you think it's the smallest deal, whatever it is. Consult with a lawyer, man. And I was told that from somebody who went through it and explained it to me. Like even that's what they get paid for. Even to ask them a question. If you got to ask them a question, it ain't nothing to go find a lawyer and be like, "Yo, here's a couple dollars. Read this over for me. Does it make sense? Is this something that I should do?"
Yeah, I feel you on that.
If you trying to do this for real, it's nothing to go do that because that type of situation could save you from $1 million to a dollar.
Right,
Seriously, that simple. Because you read through the right thing and looked at the last page instead of just the first 3 pages, man, you might save your life and save your pocket.
right. I feel you on that. Also, that you out here and you pushing music. Also, to help the indie artists, what kind of advice would you give them about even pushing music, and if it's not being, to love their own music, because sometimes people might constructive criticism might be a little tough on a lot of people.
All right,
Uh,
so man, this is coming from somebody who I had to figure out what genre I was in because my music is so different that I just had to put soul just to have a category. I make music that I'm in my own lane, man. So to be honest, if you feel like you do something and you think your message is something powerful, man, I really don't care what certain critics think. Like obviously you need certain people to like your music to get to the top. But man, if you got something and you know you got something, man, rock with it, man. That's all I could tell you. Cause at first I thought I ain't even have nothing. Cause the way I make music and the way I deliver music, I don't write nothing down. I'm an improv artist. So all my music is off the top of my head. And everybody's like, man, nah, nobody could do that. Nobody could do that. Only person could do that was Jay-Z. And you sing, that's a lie. So it kind of messed up my confidence until I really was just like, nah, this is what I do. And if I need to prove it to you, I'll prove it to you. And that's it. That's
so
how I
like,
felt about it.
so any musical influences in your life, family wise?
My like she can't sing, but she the reason I'm me. My mom, man. My mom, ever since I was young and copying songs, she was like, "You want to do this? Then we gonna do this." And like I said, I was 5 years old, man. I was 5 years old when I had a tuxedo on and I was going in a competition to sing "I Believe I Could Fly" and I won, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 5. I don't know. Like I might want to say, yeah, I want to sing, but it had to be who? My mom that really was like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna throw him to the wolves. We're gonna put him out there. And every single time she threw me out there, it was like 5 or 6. You know what I mean? I knocked them down, and uh, it just went from there, man. I love singing. The positive feeling I get from the reactions from people and the people come to me and be like, "Yo, your music, man, that shit." I bit sorry my French, but I've
Oh, you
been
go ahead,
through
man.
that. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? My first ever show in the woods, I'm doing a song and I'm singing a note, and people are walking up to me pointing to their arms because they got chills. You know, that's the stuff we do it for. If you don't feel nothing when you do that, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the craziest feeling. There still ain't nothing that knocks that feeling, man. When you on stage and people just like vibing to something you created, that's a feeling like no other, you know?
Yeah. So what do you feel like when you hear your music on like these reviews or just like people like that saying, "Hey, your music is in rotation on my station." Like, how does that make you feel?
Um, you want you I really don't know. There's two sides to that. Because
Okay,
with me, when it comes to my music is my diary. So I gotta go through pain. I gotta go through stuff for me to make the music that people like. So part of me is like, okay, I like it, but do y'all relate? And then the other part of me is like, man, now that you heard that pain, do you judge me? So it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? Because my I don't just play around. You know how people just go in the booth and they make a club song, or I really don't know how to make a club song. I got to
Right.
go through a club moment for me to make a club song. All my music comes from my chest, man. So I got to feel it to make it, and if I don't feel it to make it, then it ain't gonna get made. So to answer your question is, I'm always wondering what they thinking because my greatest wish that I've always wanted is to have somebody else's ears listening to my music. You know
Got
what I mean? I
right.
will. That's my one wish. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a superhero. I don't want to be nothing. I want to hear my music in somebody else's ears for a day. See what they hear. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's my biggest wish. You know?
Yeah, and you're doing it like you're doing it the right way. I like how you move. You don't move like you move quiet. You know,
Yeah.
and so when I see like you performing at local venue or you was over in Italy and all that, I was like, man, he's really doing his big one. So
Right.
uh, let's talk about what was the experience like going over to Italy.
Man, it was pretty cool, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a life changing experience, but every I feel like there's so many more. I really don't get excited about things, and that's probably my fault because I feel like if you get excited, that means you wasn't you wasn't ready for it. It was a surprise. Man, I
Right.
know this is my life, man. I know there's so much more. I know there's gonna be arenas with thousands of people. I know I'm gonna change something with the sound that I make from this music. So I'm just grinding, bro, and I'm never satisfied until that time come when I'm around one of the greats, man. That's all. I don't know, man. I just gotta keep working, man. That's how I feel. So I don't know, man. You gonna have to ask me in a couple of years when I'm done grinding, man, because I don't know. Man. I've been asked. They've been asking me how you feel about performing on the float. It was a job. How you feel about performing in Times Square? I had to get the job done. How you feel about your song being on the radio? It's about time. I gotta finish getting this job done. That's all that goes through my mind. And I probably should sit back and enjoy the moments, but we got more work to do. So back in the kitchen.
Got to. So even while you cooking in the kitchen, you ain't never like sit there and just smell the aroma.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I said, yeah, I have, but for a brief second, because I gotta get back to work, right? We gotta get back to the cooking, right? So
Yeah,
for a brief second, I'm like, yeah, I know this. Ooh, that smell good, but I can't eat it yet because I got to get this ready for the customers. You know what I'm saying?
got
That's
to.
the best. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost there. I feel like I'm almost there.
Yeah, I will tell you this though. You should still, just from a musician. and everything, you should still take those moments to still sit back and reflect on like, hey, because to be honest, a lot of people may never get the opportunity that you get to perform where you performing at. A lot
Right.
of people
Right.
or dreaming like, "Hey, I wanna be over in Italy. I wanna be at Times Square. I wanna be down at on the parades. I
Right.
wanna be in other places." So I say, like, just take those moments when you get those moments when you're just, like, just chilling and all that, just take those
Mhm.
moments to just like, "Hey, like, yo, I'm really doing some big shit," like,
Right.
and
Right.
a place where, and it doesn't make I'm 'cause I'm the same way. People might say I'm a drummer, so somebody might say, "Hey, yo, you was killing there." I'm like, "All right, I missed the note." And they're like,
Right.
"What?" I'm like,
Right.
I missed
Right.
the note." Like, "Well, I missed that lick. I added my own stuff in." And they're like, "Well, no, you did a good job." I said, "Yeah, but like y'all saying it, but I'm like, yeah, it makes you want to do better." And people always are like, taking a humble approach is cool because a lot of people out here they putting out trash,
Right.
and people like, and they gonna stick with they yeah, that is a hit. And we might be like, I don't know, but like just take those moments, man, because like I as musicians, we get pulled in every which way, and
Right.
sometimes we don't have those moments to just enjoy. Like, hey, yeah, we really accomplished. Like I see here as well as myself. I have a radio station, and I got spins after a month. Didn't
Right.
take that on platforms overseas and all that. I didn't think I would be there, but I take those moments because hey, it's not about me per se, but I thank you guys for like sending y'all music because we're nothing without y'all. So
Right.
if y'all
Right.
if y'all don't send us what we need, then we can't do what we gotta do. So like to sit here and talk to people that like I never even thought I'd be talking to. I
Right.
sit back at these interviews and I'm like, man, I just talked to one of the guys that's like he's doing this thing out here. He's on travel. He took the time out. He ain't had to do it, but he took the time out from his busy schedule to be like, hey, and I'll be like, they came to talk to little old me. And so I understand where you at, but like cherish those moments because
Right.
a lot of
Right.
people wish they was in your shoes to be able to do some of the things because I see it with artists that's like, hey, they're trying to figure out how to get work. They're trying
Right.
to figure
Right.
out to get these events, and they're just having a hard time. But
Right.
uh,
Right.
so yeah, so just I'll just tell you that as wisdom for me to just hey, just take a moment to think about hey, man, my music is on multiple platforms. You're on a lot of platforms.
Right. Right.
You ain't just on
Right.
one.
Right.
You're on
Right.
multiple platforms. You
Right.
you do you overseas.
Right.
You here doing like major things. So like just take the moment, to savor them flavors, because
Right. Right.
like you don't want nobody else to be eating off that plate and you ain't never had it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Right. 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 Like I had to make a big point about it. The Knicks just won a championship, and I was performing at the Puerto Rican Day Parade the day after that. My boy
right,
had to really sit down and tell me, like, bro, you understand what you doing? And I'm
right.
like, right, right. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause you out there, it's 53 years and they
Right.
finally did their thing. So you out there,
Right. Right.
you s- you out there doing your thing where like I mean, like, they happy out there, so, like, I'm one of those ones, like, like, I see, like, what you're doing, see the greatness in you. You
Right.
just take those moments because you gonna get to a point that you gonna win awards, and you gonna have to it's gonna be like, "Hey," like, you gotta think about, like, "Yo, I just won this award, so and so."
Right.
And, so even while you still cooking, you can still, have them moments to, saving them appetizers, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we're doing food references, so hope y'all not getting too hungry.
Right. Right.
But
I got
but I like it though. One thing I was thinking about with you because you say you don't write down anything. So take me through the process of you without you writing down any words, bars, anything. Take me through the process of you making your song with the thoughts in your head,
all
putting the
right.
beat,
So
everything.
all right. So how it kind of goes down is I figure out what beat I'm gonna do. And if I have the beat by the first about like 13 seconds, I'm already dissecting and knowing what I want to do with the beat. So then I come up with the hook, which I feel like the hook is the most important part of a song. So once I have the hook established by replaying the beat over and over in my head, once I have the hook established in my brain, I'll go to the studio and then I call it imprint and I'll just tap in and I'll just close my eyes and magic's made.
So you like Lil Wayne mixed in with Jay Z.
Yeah, it's a little different. That's why I call it improv because freestyling, I feel like it's just rapping. I create a whole song in the matter of, I don't know, it's different, man. I got videos of it. I'm gonna post them soon and figure out because I feel like it's a process that a lot of people don't have. So when you
Right.
set tell it to people, you gotta have facts and proof. So like half of the people I work with, they like, man, I've never seen it. I'm not even gonna like. I just did a song with somebody the other day. It took me, I want to say, 10 minutes, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, I don't know, but I need to hurry up and get back in there so I can memorize those words real quick because if I don't, I'm gonna lose them. So
Right.
like when I create a song, I gotta go back and learn the song. I gotta learn the song. It take me about 2 days to learn my own song. It's funny to believe, it's funny to hear, but after I make a song, I gotta replay it like 2 days just in case.
Gotcha.
I remember I created a song one time and I had a show. It was a total accident. I created a song and I had a show and I wanted to do the song for the show. So I literally had to create the song and then replay the song for like 2 days. And everybody around me like, yo, why you replaying your own song that much? I'm like, bro, I'm learning my own words. And they're like, oh, you were serious about that. You really,
Right.
yeah. I don't know where the words come from. It's a gift.
I
It's a
like.
gift.
Yeah, I like. So where did the inspiration for Honest come from?
That's a true story, man. It's no inspiration, man. Like I be traveling, man, everywhere. And in certain places, there's certain people that I have to see in them certain places. I don't care what I'm going through, what's going on. You know, when I'm in your area, I'm on your line. So and that's just to keep it in a buck, man. That's just being real with you. You heard the lyrics. You know when I'm in your city, I'm on your line. So stop
Right.
playing this around that time. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what the song is. When I'm in that certain state, I got memories that about that certain person, so I gotta see him. I don't know if anybody travels and stuff and got certain people everywhere. You know that certain person you gotta see when you go to a certain place, you know?
Right. I feel
So
you.
that's basically what the song is, man.
Got you. So in your opinion, what separates you from other artists in today's music industry?
Let's first start off with how I make music. I don't know nobody make music the way I make music. And I really don't know any I gotta say this the right way because I don't wanna say it wrong. Us as men, not only men, us as black men, we don't have a way to express pain and we can't cry certain days, you know? We
Right.
can't be emotional most of the time. We gotta be tough or the backbone or just, we gotta be not emotional. So I'm able to do something that a lot of men can't do and they really want to. So I feel like I'm helping, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember I made one of my songs a couple years ago and I was in a studio I didn't go to before and I showed somebody and he literally looked at me and was like, bro, you said some shit that I can't say. And that's real. And that's it stayed with me because how many times have we not been able to say stuff, not as only as black men, but just men in America? We
Yep.
can't, because we can't be weak or we can't be emotional. Well, I can, and I ain't afraid to show it. So it is what it is.
All right. I like that. So what message do you want your fans or supporters to take from, the music that they hear from you?
Just keep going, man. Don't like life could be hard, but there's always other sides and there's always a better day if you have a positive outcome. Like and just keep trucking, man. Life goes on. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean? Like I'm able to express my pain through music and I hope I could help people relate to my words, you know what I mean?
All right. So how do you feel, I guess, when a person comes to you and just be like, man, like, what I heard, like really like, I was going through some stuff. And I was just like what I heard you on stage, or I heard you somewhere. It just really like lifted my spirit, or just helped me through a situation. How does that make you feel?
And that's what I do this for, man. That's what I really stopped a 9 to 5 and I really pursued this music career because I found out music heals, vibrations
Yeah.
help. Like being a certain song could come on and literally just relate to your life so much. It could just help you, you know what I'm saying? And I know what vibrations can do. A lot of people don't know that music is a vibration that can heal. Certain frequencies and vibrations can literally heal you instantly. You know what I mean? Like that's why back in the day they used to have the big bells at the churches. They used to play them
Mhm.
all the time because that vibration would heal people. It's just
Right.
music is a healer, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I do it for. I want to help people. I want to be, you know what I mean? That's what I make music for.
All right. How do you write for personal? Nah. When you create music, what does create? Yes, and too. Let's go to it. Everybody goes through a process of discovering their own identity. How would you describe your sound today?
Unique, different, organic, real. You know what I mean? Just that real music that people been wanting to hear that they feel has been missing for a long period of time. That's what I feel like I bring to the world.
So, how have you overcome like trials and tribulations?
I feel like music, not trying to, but like I said, I'm an improv artist, so I got to go through stuff to make good music, and that's how I make music. So how I heal is by going into the booth and screaming out however whatever comes out, and then letting the world hear it. You know?
All right. So, do you have kids?
Yeah, yeah,
So, do you let your kids listen to your music?
yeah. My kids listen to my music for sure, for sure. My kids is my biggest fans, and my nephew for sure. Kids love my music, man.
So, how do you feel like when your kids they sit back and they're like, oh, that's daddy, or he out there doing his thing, and because I know like these new kids they like, yeah, this my dad, so they showing everybody, and other people like, man, your dad's really on it. So like, how did that make you feel?
It make me feel okay. One performance I did in Maine, I was able to actually have my son and my nephew in the crowd, which actually felt pretty good. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool. And one of my biggest fans is my nephew, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Malachi. You know what I mean? He just graduated today, actually. It's crazy. But
Congratulations.
shout out to my nephew, you know what I mean? But yeah, he one of my biggest fans. You know what I mean? He the reason I actually also pursued a career as well, because I was living with my street sister at the time, and my nephew was like, I love your music, man, and I wish you would become an artist. And next thing you know, a year later, I was an artist, and yeah, he's a big supporter, big supporter.
All right, I love that.
Uh,
Uh, how would you? I guess my next thing would be, what would you tell your younger self if you could go back and could talk to him about what experience he would have, or what he would see positive of right now.
the one thing I would tell myself is don't be afraid to sing, man. So for a long time, I was afraid to sing in front of people, and I wish I didn't do that, man. I hid my talent from the world, and not that I don't love the journey that I'm on now, but I just feel like I could have did better and more if I would have just believed in myself at a younger age.
All right. So I guess how was your music evolved since you first started out in the game?
All my music evolves every other time I get into the studio because I'm an improv artist. So every time I hear somebody I like or I hear something I like, I absorb it and I put it to my own rhythm, and now it's a part of me. So it's kind of a gift, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always evolving. I'm always elevating as an artist every day,
So even through everything you've been through, what have you learned through the obstacles that you went through?
just to keep persevering and keep going, man. There's always tomorrow, man. You can never stop. Just because you ain't see something change now, you gotta keep going. I remember somebody wise told me that you ain't gonna see nothing until 10 years, man. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Just stay consistent. 10 years. If you feel like you ain't do nothing in 10 years, all right, you could give up. But before that, what you giving up for?
True. True. I
What you
understand.
giving up for?
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Or this music is endless. There ain't no age on music. So you could be 100 and still get you know what I mean, and still make that one hit and be good, man. If this is your dream, money shouldn't be the reason that you stop doing it.
Right.
I don't want to hear that. Money, not making money shouldn't be the reason that you stop following your dream. Then your dream wasn't music. Your dream was being rich. And there's
Right.
thousands of ways to do that besides being an artist.
Yep.
So go
True.
find one of those, buddy.
Yep. So we coming to we're gonna do some little fun rapid fire questions for you, so your audience they can get to learn a little bit more about you, whatever they haven't learned. So we're gonna start with your favorite artist.
My favorite artist is Kid Cudi, Kanye West.
All right. Your favorite album.
Favorite album, Man on the Moon.
All right. Favorite food.
Sheesh. I'm a fat kid, dog. Nobody asked me that. Chicken wings, man.
Chicken wings. All right. All right. Okay. A dream collaboration.
Kid Cudi and Kanye West.
All right. Okay. Favorite city to perform in.
Wherever they love me.
All right. Studio or stage to work in.
Say that again.
Studio or stage to work in.
Wherever Max is, that's my producer, my engineer. Wherever he is, that's my favorite studio.
Right there. Morning person or night owl.
Night owl.
Most artists are usually night owls, so that's when the career
Night owl.
start.
Catch
What's the
me in the
biggest
night.
what's the biggest motivation?
Success.
All right. And what success look like to you?
For my family and me don't want for nothing in generational wealth, man. I want it to last forever. I want there be 10 grandkids and 10 generations to say, yo, look what great, 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 great grandpa Indica did. We at this because of him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to feel. I want to be somewhere, wherever, whatever you believe in, wherever heaven, wherever it is. I want to be there knowing that I helped a generation of people with my voice. That's what I
Okay.
want.
One word that describes you.
Unique.
I agree. So we come to the next segment. What's next for you? So what do you have? What you got coming up next?
All right, so August 1st, I got a showcase coming up, albums coming out in a couple of months. I got a new single, Party Vibes, dropping with my boy T Easy from New York. Shout out, man. That's gonna be a movie. I got music videos coming out very soon. I just found the location for the Party Nights video. If we could get everybody out there, man, it's gonna be a movie, man. So just look out for more soul music coming from Indica Trells. This is just the beginning, I'm telling you.
So so when
Go
so
ahead.
when that drop,
Say that again.
when that single drop.
I want to say within a month, you're going to hear something about it. Just tune in on any platform, Indica Trails. You know what I mean? My Facebook, Indica Trails. My Instagram, Indica Trails. Anywhere you want to find me, Indica Trails. Don't be afraid to message me and ask some questions, man. I'm a friendly guy sometimes.
But yeah. So when you out there, going to tell your people to send that joint to me, so I can ask
Definitely.
what's that joint.
Definitely.
Um,
I got you.
so what legacy do you want to leave through your music?
Like I said, I want everybody to know that I've been through stuff, but instead of crying about it, I made good music you can relate to. You know what I mean? Let's change the world one note at a time. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. I love that. Do you want to give any shout outs before we close
Shout
up?
out everybody that support my music. Shout out my mom. Shout out Nate. Shout out my new family that I found in Vermont, man. Shout out everybody that just want to stay positive and throw away the negativity, because positivity brings light and negativity brings dark, man. Let's stay positive out here, man.
Nothing like that. We need more of that now. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. It's good that we have a platform where indie artists can come talk, just be comfortable and just have a friendly conversation. Just enjoy some time because I know it's a lot that you're working. We all trying to do things and out here to make it. But it's good that we can have these moments to sit down with you guys and just get to know you guys a little bit better. Because sometimes we listen to the music and we think, oh, because of what they're saying in the music, we stereotype people and we think, oh, that's them.
Right, right,
Uh, And so even having this platform helps me because it's like, hey, I learned about y'all, and I'm like, hey,
right.
yeah,
Exactly.
they chill people like it. They hungry, and they making their own music. So it's like, you know, you just gotta just support and have the back because like I had to realize if with being an indie artist that you are, that a lot of people don't support like they should.
Right,
They want
right,
you to support them.
right.
So I always tell
Exactly.
everybody, hey, you know, support everybody because your music is gonna come out, and you're gonna want somebody
Right,
to share your music, push your music, and you can't just have it one way where I'll support you, but I'll be like, hey, bro, I got a song coming out next week. I need you to, since you got some connects, let me give you that joint so you can push it for me. You're like, nah.
right. Exactly. Right, right, right. You already definitely, bro. Definitely. And thank you, man, for real, for doing the interview and doing, shout out for sending the flyer you did and that man, shout out everything, man. You did we doing this together, man. Brothers in one arm trying to be something, man. So I'm happy I could definitely work with you, brother, as well. Thank you.
I appreciate that, man. So I thank everybody so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure learning
Real,
more your journey and your music. To everyone tuning
real.
in, make sure you support Indica Trells, stream his music, follow his social media, and check out his new single, Honest. This is your boy AD with Indie Spotlight and Lyrical Lux. Until next time, continue to support independent artists and keep the music alive.
You already know, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Thank you for having me, Brody. And I'm
Cool,
gonna
bro.
definitely lock in with you, man, for sure. And you have a beautiful night. I'm gonna get back to this money, man.
All right, get back to that money, man.
You already, bro. Thank you. Peace, bro.
All right, bro.
You already won.
Yeah, baby.